Hello everyone, my name is Amy. This is The Opinionated Woman, and today you're coming to the library with me. I am very much dwindling in the amount of books I have on my physical TBR right now. I think I have like 11 left on my shelves that I haven't read. So I am almost at the end of the physical book that I'm reading right now, so I thought I'm gonna get myself a treat and I'm gonna go to the library. This used to be my absolute favorite place to go when I was a child. I was so excited when my mom said we could go to the library, and I used to get the max amount of books that you could get and audiobooks, and oh, it was just the best. I also, very exciting, if any of you are in the Western Cape, Libby is available to us now. I think it's only available in the Western Cape so far, unfortunately, but while I'm at the library I'm going to sort that out, which means I have an entirely new resource for books when it comes to audiobooks, which is super exciting. So come along with me and let's go to the library. Got my trusty cat face tote bag with me to put in all the treats. Two books so far that I'm interested in, but I'm in the African section so far, and because I've been trying to read more African literature and stuff, but you would not believe how white this freaking African section is. African my fucking asshole. So yeah, I'm trying to find one is quite difficult. Okay, goddammit, I had my 3 books and I really struggled to find them because, like, of course this is a new library, and also, like, the thing with South African libraries is we don't get new releases. These books are old. Which is fine because it means that we get to read backlist, but then I saw one more and I was so shocked that I saw it here. And let me actually just show you when I get home. I think that'll be better. Okay, let me see if I can check these out. Before I show you what I got, I'm about to edit this video and realize a couple of little details. First off, this book is a mystery and thriller and it has a gun on it. And this book is queer. And it's got a little Queerio symbol on it. I didn't even notice that. Like, I need to look out for the queer one. That's so funny. I didn't know the library did that. And also, I wanted to tell you another story about like libraries being so important to me. Like, when I was a kid, I went to London because my dad is from London. So we went to London, me and my brother, with my dad, and must have been about 10-ish. And we went to see my uncle, who has now passed away. Like, he's got quite a tragic story, you know, and he's someone that I really wish was around because there's so many things that I can relate to him with now, that, like, he's just not around for me to talk to him about, you know. So I only got to know him as a child, so I didn't get to, yeah. Anyway, when we went there, he asked if we wanted to go to the library to have books to read while we were on our trip. And he let us borrow his library card and he took us to a London library. I cannot for the life of me remember what books I borrowed, but I was so stoked. I was so stoked. And I don't have very many specific memories from that holiday that I can remember, because I'm not even sure which one it was, because there was a time when my grandmother was still alive that we went to London sort of semi-regularly, which is like very busy. But I can't remember which exact time this happened, but there's that one moment of my uncle letting me borrow his library card so that I could get books. And I was so excited by it. I didn't think about Big Ben. I didn't think about the Tower of London. I remember going to the library. I'm such a fucking dork. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to it. Well, that was a fun trip. I have my cat face bag full of books and I am here to show them to you. As I said, I was going in to get 3 books, and I ended up getting 4 because I saw one at the last minute that I was like, but I got until the 7th of March to read them, so that's plenty of time. It should be plenty of time. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so the first one I picked up was The Light Housekeeping by Jeanette Winterson. Jeanette Winterson is an author I've heard so much about. She's queer, she writes a lot of, I think Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit is her like memoir. I really want to read that, but this is the only one they had there. It's about a child that is, or a person, a woman, who is taken in by a lighthouse keeper, and I really don't know much else besides that. I wanted to get this to this author's writing for so long. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go into it sight unseen. I've heard nothing but good things about this author's writing, so let me just give it a go. So that's the first one. Then this is what, like I said when I was in the library, the thing with South African libraries is they don't have new releases. Like, it's not one of these things where you can like pre-book a new release, it's going to be out, it's going to be in the library. It just doesn't happen. We don't have the funds or the resources or anything like that. It's just not how it works. So backlist, like I've been talking about a lot. Sorry, my cat is rolling around outside and it's really fucking cute, but it's really distracting. So as I've been talking a lot recently is about the importance of reading backlist and not discounting a book just because it's backlist. Like, if you haven't gotten to it, that just means there's more for you to read. And one of those authors that's very good for this is Kate Atkinson. Because this lady has written so many books. I've read a couple of them, I've loved all of them. So I was of course very excited to see that there were quite a few of her books in there on their shelves, which means I can go back and get more. Yes. But the one I decided to pick up was Case Histories, because the first one in her, what is his name? Jackson Brodie series. So he's a former police inspector, private investigator, that's what it is. I knew it was some kind of mystery series, but I couldn't remember what the guy exactly was. So he's a private eye. This is the first book in the series, and I'm interested to read something from Kate Atkinson that's not historical fiction, because that's all that I've read from her. Yeah, that's all that I've read from her so far. So yeah, Kate Atkinson, good one. Then these last 2, I didn't notice the teen section, like the YA section, until later. And when I spotted them, I was like, ha ha ha, I've been eyeing you 2 out. And the first one is Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. This is an author that's been on my radar for so long. Ever since I started watching BookTube, it's been there. And I've never had the opportunity to read one of her books. So as soon as I saw this was also, again, the only one of hers that was there. It's about a girl that gets... not allowed to say the R word on here. She gets sexually assaulted by a group of boys, and that's what happens from then on. So I think it's going to be quite a hectic read, but a very important one. And I've heard it's haunting and beautiful while being really heartbreaking at the same time. So yeah, I keep saying I'm really excited to dig into it. I wouldn't have picked up these books if I wasn't excited for them. This is my go-to, okay? And the final one, this is the one that pushed me over 4 books, because I saw it and I was like, bitch, I gotta read that. And that's Boy Queen by George Lester. If you guys watch BookTube, you might have seen George Lester around. That is how I found out about him. I started watching him when I first started watching BookTube, and his vlogs were so lovely, and he's just such a like ray of fucking sunshine. And he started studying, he studied drama. And his final performance he did was drag, and he wrote this book about a drag performer called Robin who who wants to have a future on Broadway and discovers their love of drag. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, I have to get that, because I've actually chatted, when I found this in South Africa the first time, I couldn't buy it because I didn't have the money, but I posted on Instagram and George messaged me about it and we chatted back and forth for a bit, and he's such a fucking sweetheart. And this book already looked so tempting to me, and I mean, it's about drag, come now. So a queer author about drag, what could be better? Boy Queen. And with that, these are the 4 books that I got from the library. This is a really exciting TBR for me. Like, I look at them, I'm like, I'm excited to read every single one of these books, and I didn't know how I would get hold of any of these to read them when they came on my radar. So Yay for the library. I felt like those feelings that I had when I was a child, when I used to go to the library and I was like, oh, there's so much choice, but then I didn't have any kind of guidance. I think the next time I go back, I want to go with a list of authors that I want to look for. So not specifically books, but like want to see what's on their back catalog and what they might have there, because I think that'll be an easier way than me just having all these books to look at and not having any clue as to where to start. So yeah, please support your local libraries. It is good for everybody, the planet, the libraries themselves, the authors. For you, it's all good. So I'm going to leave it there. Please like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if that tickles your fancy, and tickle my bell for notifications. I'll take you next time.